If you have any questions, just go ahead and cut me off and just tell me them. And until you do, I'll just kind of go directly and tell you what's on my mind in regards to feedback. And also, too, whatever I'll say, it doesn't mean it's a rule. I think you're wise enough to know that. Probably just making sure whoever is going to watch this, there's like tendencies, but it doesn't mean like that something works entirely or something doesn't work entirely. So the first thing that drops in my mind is when I look. Well, actually, let's say a few good things to begin with. So you have a very nice top picture. I can see each video's released on Friday, 7:30 a.m. It's great. Like an arrow to your website, logo, all smart, high level. So that's cool. I never actually put enough work with that myself. But it's great you did.
That was the part I did with Nick.
Sorry?
That was the part Nick coached me in. It wasn't like this, of course, but yeah.
Right. So it's something I thought about the name. Oh wait, sorry. Okay. So Level Up Body, Mind, Spirit. So first of all, I understand this is your business name.
Yeah.
So it makes, and I actually like it. I love the concept of level up. I think it can be engaging to people. And did you ever hear about a term called gamification?
Yeah, that's because my main hobbies are martial arts and playing video games. That's where it came from.
Nice. Which is something you might, I would encourage you to not shy away from mentioning in your videos. I'm sure people will like it. So, so leveling up, gamification engages people more. It gives them a sense that it's not casual, but it's kind of, freestyle, all that. So it gives that, which is great. So also promoting your own business for a YouTube channel is a great strategy. So I consider it's important to have the name, of the same type, so people would connect the two. Something you should consider, especially while the channel, you can always change the channel name, but obviously it's better to do it earlier than later. It's something I was suggested by a YouTube SEO expert we were once in contact with. He helped me get the understanding of how YouTube works in the past. He actually suggested the name Martial Arts Journey, which I appreciate till today. Wasn't really, initially he suggested my martial arts journey, but then eventually we realized martial arts journey is better. Thing is, it was a great advice because before my channel was called Aikido Dojo, and I even think it was one word, which is terrible because first of all, it's different. It's difficult to communicate it to people. So I had trouble all the time with that. If somebody would say, "Oh, so what's your YouTube channel?" I'm like, "Oh, Aikido Dojo." And it's like, how do you spell Dojo? What the heck is Dojo? So that was one thing. Martial arts journey, it's way easier to communicate. To say, "Oh, just type in martial arts journey in YouTube. It's rememberable. It's easy. People will find it." Another thing is, you also always have to consider keywords, or you don't necessarily have to consider, but it's important to consider. Now, in your name, Level Up Body, Mind, Spirit, there's no keyword. It doesn't say directly what the channel is about. I guess Body, Mind, Spirit, I guess it does to that degree. But it's still something to consider. Like if there would be something more precise, like martial arts or some keyword, it could help the YouTube find the channel easier. Like martial arts journey. Whenever people type in martial arts, there's a chance YouTube will suggest it, recommend it. But at the same time, it's pros and cons. Sorry, my dog is making noise. It's pros and cons. You need to consider both sides of the picture and decide what's better for you. So partly I'm saying it to you to just consider whether you want to add something or not. That's best for your business mind to decide. Part of it I'm just saying also for the viewers who are tuning into this channel, who are also creating a name for their channel, to be mindful of that, because it's not like a game changer. It's not like there's some channel names which have ridiculous names and they still are big. In the end, it's not about that. but it's a card you can play with. So
Yeah, exactly.
right. Anything you want to ask or add about that, or should we
Um,
continue?
no, I think I already knew that in the back of my head because when you do level up on YouTube, you find game related stuff.
Yeah.
And if you do level up body or mind or spirit, then you get my channel. But yeah, maybe I should consider it renaming it. But I think I first need to know my story, and then I
Right.
can hook the channel name to my story. Still maybe with level up in it, because my
Right.
logo has it in it, and yeah, I like it.
Something that I love it as well, and something that comes to my mind, but it's just again top of my mind. Level up your martial arts could be
Yeah,
made.
I already looked to level up yourself, but your martial arts is maybe even better.
Right, because it's again if we're talking about niche, primarily initially your channel will be interesting for people who do martial arts or who are interested to do martial arts.
Yeah.
And so if it's level up yourself, it can be too wide, too vague. If you become big, it's enough. You dominate the realm and you're the guy. But if initially, especially in the beginning, to have that keyword in sight so that people would directly from the get-go would know, oh, it's martial arts, and level up sounds kind of like gamer-like, so maybe that can attract people. But so like level up your martial arts, or could be, a more YouTube-proof name. And at the
Yeah.
same time, part of that the difficulty part of that difficulty is you're sacrificing your brand name, but at the same time, you have the logo in the back of your
Yeah,
picture, you
exactly.
have the logo. It's like you still get it all over the place. So I'm sure people will still discover your brand, even if the YouTube channel name is somewhat different. So something to consider.
Okay, cool.
Okay, now if we move on, something you still have per se a limited amount of videos, but actually enough to, you have enough of them to categorize them.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say this is like again the game changer, but sometimes it's the small things which add up and make a big change. Let me do this. Actually, okay, let's use martial arts journey for a moment. Which is look, I'm proud of that. I'm getting martial arts journey as the first suggestion. Obviously, it's partly tuned to the fact to my search history, but at the same time, the fact that YouTube suggests this as a term, it's like it shows like, oh, you made it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
moment. So if you go into my channel, something I did. I'm not saying I did it like amazingly well, but you see martial arts explored series, which is my most popular series. The video essays, and then you see already like 2 million views. Oh, I didn't even know it. 2 million. That's cool. I never had 2 million yet.
Nice,
Anyway,
Brett.
thank you. So then you have 1.4, 1.2. So people see, obviously this, it takes time to develop that, but people look at it and they already can, from the first glimpse, they see, oh, this channel has big videos, and these are like my top videos, top subjects, so that you would, there's a theory that people make a decision whether they're going to watch something or not in like 7 or 11 seconds. And you want to give them as many reasons to watch your videos in those 7 seconds, because most people won't scroll down. Most people will make that decision in the first few seconds. So you want to catch their eye. So for me, it's like, my main videos, a bit of a description, what that is, maybe not like perfect, but then, there's my Aikido Dojo journey. You watch that, oh, actually, look, that's familiar. Good. Anyway, sorry. I don't check my channel these days so much. But then you have these videos which tell my story. So right away you can tune into my story. Then you have the vlogs. Well, this is my way of promoting my new channel. And then the more down you go, the less important it is. But then if you're searching for something, Aikido techniques, Aikido Kimi, it's there.
Yeah.
So if we come back, do this best. I don't have a back button in the full screen. Sorry, just a second. Okay, we go back to your channel. And one more. Okay, so if we go back to your channel, this is what I would do. I would create a few categories. Do you know how it's done? It's actually quite easy.
No, I have never found it. I made the playlists, but that isn't on the home channel.
So I'll just give you a hint. So when you go into the main channel as the creator, there's going to be a button here.
Mhm.
Shoot, I should probably leave my. So, okay, where's my promotion time for my new channel? This is the one I'm tuned in right now. So, where is that? Okay, customize channel. You see the button here?
Yeah, customize. Yeah, I already did it.
So you just press it, and then you can put up a main video, which everyone will see. And then at the bottom here, add selection. And then you can add a single playlist and a single playlist. You can, carry them up, carry them down. I'm sure you'll figure it out. I'm just giving you hints so that you would know it right away where it is. Right. So I would suggest putting up, the first names, the second name, the second playlist, so that people would come in and right away they would get a message. They wouldn't need to work hard to know what the channel is about. Right now, you do see the videos here, but at the same time, you're still experimenting, you're still testing, and they may be, they may be a bit confusing because they're varied. But if you have playlists, you directly portray what your channel is about and help people subscribe in that way.
Yeah.
So that's something I would do. Like you can even put like most popular videos that YouTube automatically. Actually show you how I do that. Where am I? Customize channel. So if I go to the playlist, they're sorted by most popular, and then YouTube automatically puts up the most popular video at the front. So, and every time this video is surpassed by another video, it's going to happen automatically. So it's very comfortable for you. You don't have to work additionally. People always get to see your most watched video, which is probably the most interesting for people. So yeah, you can do that.
Cool.
Now, something I'd love to do if someone asks me to analyze their channel, one of the first things I do, I go to videos and I go to most popular videos. And now YouTube gives me a layout from the most watched video to the least watched video. This is a great way to see what worked best for you so far.
Mm-hmm.
I do that all the time for myself as well. So, okay, maybe martial arts journey is more interesting for people, but whatever, I guess. Let's say, okay, so I'm working on creating my new channel. So I look at this playlist, I look at the most popular videos for myself. Okay, I go to videos. And I do the same for myself. And you can do that with any channel. It's sometimes interesting to look. Okay, well, some of these videos are old, but still, does Aikido work in the street? You can kind of see easily why that's a most popular video. Dark Side of Aikido. But let's look at the new stuff. So one of my new videos, which is already far up, how most of my martial arts students abandon me. So for me, that shows that people are still interested in my martial arts journey. People are interested in my personal experience, in my personal struggles, how I overcame them, related to the bigger journey. Another video which comes up here is This Is Why Yoga Sucks. This is my new video which really picked up. The name, so obviously the name, it's attractive, it's provocative. Also the thumbnail, my girlfriend helped me out with this one. It's different, it's white and black and the text is very clear. So right away what I did, and this is the method that I apply, and I think a lot of big YouTubers apply, you take your most successful video and you ask yourself why it became most successful, right? And then as silly as that sounds, you try to replicate it without making a direct copy. And it works. As much as I hate it, it works. And I'll show you that with martial arts journey. So let's take martial arts journey. That's how I created some of my most popular videos. So I go to videos, sort by most popular. Well, Aikido versus MMA, it's a unique video. I could try to replicate it, but still, it's one in a million. But then if you look at my other videos, the truth about Steven Seagal and Aikido, why you will get cut against knife, why Aikido dislike, why martial arts don't work, does Steven Seagal's Aikido work? You can see a similarity there between those videos. Does BJJ work? how MMA exposed traditional martial arts, why did Aikido lose popularity. They create those a bit of a provocative questions, but
Yeah.
also note that all of them are video essays. These are not vlogs. Sorry, my dog. These are not vlogs. These are video essays, which shows me that video essays are most popular, and I should, if I want to be big on YouTube, I should not shy away from making those videos.
Exactly.
If I go down, the first video, which is not a video essay, which comes up, is all-in-one Aikido tutorial, which I did ages ago, 4 hours, 40 minutes. Now that's a different story. Then you have a video essay again. Then it's the hardest punch I've ever experienced. Then again, a video essay, finally a vlog, but still provocative. So basically you can see what works and you can replicate that. Same works with my new channel. This is why yoga sucks, black and white, very clear, provocative name. And now I released today a video. Actually, I won't shy away and show the statistics. I'm not earning money yet from the new channel, but look at this thumbnail.
Almost
Look at it.
same. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, not the same, but the same style.
The same principle, the same style, exactly. And so this one. Thing is, compared to the last 10 videos, which video is that? Number 2.
Yeah.
Similar subject as well. Spiritual teachers don't know shit. Well, obviously I'm being a bit provocative, but it's part of the YouTuber's life. I also realized, this says based on 12 years experience, I decided to write confession by a former spiritual teacher. I realized that's a good strategy to add some extra text here on the bottom so that it will communicate the message more. It's really picking up great views. So is it a coincidence? Most likely not. It's an intelligent decision based on seeing what works.
Yeah.
So if we take your channel, I looked up your channel already before and did the same. So your main video is watched 2 times, almost 3 times more than any other video. Channel intro, people get to see it one way or another when they come to the channel, so it gets views all the time. But we basically have to compare it with this one. So it has 3 times more views than the next biggest video.
Yeah.
Now the question why comes in. And this is, I can tell you some of my ideas, but it's also something you have to, always work your mind. And maybe there's, it's 7 months old, it had more time. Yeah. But still, there are other videos who are 8 months old and don't have as many views. So it's not only that.
No.
Is it the thumbnail? It's a question.
I think because I already did it with this movie, and it is because I took a lot of the Doce Perez Eskrima. It's a style of Eskrima where I think I saw that this video is one of my few videos which got found outside my channel. Right. So I think my tags are better in this one, but when I copy the tags and put it under another video, it doesn't work. I already tested that.
Right, and that's a common misunderstanding of YouTube. Yeah. And let's make sure we bring this up. So let me see, is it recording, by the way? Yeah, okay, recording. People think that tags are important. The ones where you go at the bottom of the video and related keywords or whatever. The thing is, why I don't remember is because they're barely important, pretty much not important at all. YouTube creators, the guys who create YouTube, they admit themselves that they barely have significance. I might be wrong to some degree, but my experience proves that true. They admit it, and it's my experience too. First of all, what matters most is the title. Not only of what it says, but also what's the keyword. That's how YouTube decides what your video is about. So the fact that your video has, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Doce Perez Eskrima, right? Yeah. I guess, more or less. So people who are searching for Eskrima on the search, or that makes YouTube suggest the video more than less about that subject. Also, it suggests it more on the side of related videos. The next game changer after the title is the description. which unfortunately is the part where it's, I think there's something you should fix here.
Yeah.
Let's put it like, uh, I know that some big YouTubers do this.
Yeah.
They put up links, but the thing is, sometimes big YouTubers are problematic to take as examples because they can get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they already have their crucial viewers, and they can do some random shit, and it's gonna work. And they want to promote their business outside of their videos. But if you want your video to be discovered better, from the knowledge I have, the next thing YouTube algorithm checks after the title is your description.
Yeah.
And the first sentence is most important. The second one is second important. The third one is third important. And then the further down you go, the less YouTube cares about what you wrote.
Uh-huh.
So in other words, your keyword has to be in the title and it has to be in the description.
And then the links should be on the bottom.
Basically,
or
yeah.
No links. Doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, no, put up the links for sure. But the thing is, the truth is, and even ask yourself, how many times did you press the button to open?
Never.
Never.
No, exactly.
Almost nobody does. And the thing is, again, I'm going to reload your video. And the thing is, this is what people will also see when they search for it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we search for, what can I take? Where am I? Okay, let's search for Esprima. Okay, whatever. So you see, that's what will people see. The first, I think it's 150 symbols, right? So not only will YouTube take the keyword from this sentence and decide what the video is about, but also, and this is like, for example, look, Filipino martial arts in the title, Filipino martial arts in the description. That's one of the reasons why this video probably has 700,000 views. Not only, but it's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
That's how we discovered it. That's why YouTube suggested it. And thing is, most people will read this part. They'll be like, "Oh, this video is really what I'm looking for about." And what people see from your channel, they see when they search, they see your link to your website.
Yeah.
So most people will be like, "Oh, okay, well, whatever. It seems suspicious." So.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just a thing to fix, easy thing to do, but it's something you should go by and, you know, bring this up and make sure that the keyword is in the title and in the top of the description.
Yeah. All right. And is it a smart idea to redo all the things, or is it smart to just do it now with my new movies? Because I don't know.
Especially because you still have, you don't have like 100 videos, you know, which would take forever to fix. If I were you, I would definitely go and fix all of them. In the beginning, you know, each of your videos makes a big difference. And thing is, for like, it's information, I guess, for everyone. It also, like, if you want YouTube algorithm to pick up new information, usually it has to be a video which is still watched. And some videos, like even if you take a look at my new channel, which is still developing, and you see, this is like, I'll show you actually, this is how I know that the channel is picking up.
Oh, yeah.
There's a wave, and there's a wave of the new videos. So you can see signs that it's starting to show success. But the thing is, I wanted to show you is if you, oh, sorry, I want to go there where I wanted to. So if I go to my top videos compared, some of the videos are watched all the time in the past 60 hours, and they have some views in the past 48 hours. But there are videos which get 0 views, right?
Yeah.
1 view, 2 views. So those videos, even if I change the title, YouTube will probably won't care because it doesn't have. I mean, some people may still discover it realistically, like organically, and they'll click on it but it needs, from what I gather, and I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the way it works. you never know exactly with YouTube because the algorithm, nobody knows exactly how it works. But it's a fair, it's the truth. But
Yeah.
there's a part of the knowledge that if your video is watched, then YouTube reinforms itself. What's the title? What is the description? And then it changes it. So if let's say if you would have 50 videos, I would first start by changing and improving the ones which are still alive.
Yeah.
But in your case, because you have a limited set of videos, it won't take too much time, and people will most likely organically will still discover them. So, go wild, go nuts, and
Yeah.
and change it.
I'll
So
go redo them and see what happens.
for sure. One question, I can't say to you 100% if this is my personal preference or this is like expert advice. But I see you're not using capital letters sometimes. Is it a conscious choice, or
No,
can
I
you say?
think I did a few with a lot of caps and a few with like mixed caps.
Okay, so you're experimenting.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good. I mean, I experimented with that as well. I realized people don't like if there's too many capital letters.
Okay.
So you can see that I don't have if it's like all capital letters, it can already look clickbaity. But usually, I personally, it's nicer for my eye when each
Starts.
letter starts with a
Okay.
capital. And I guess if you look at here, most of these videos show that too. You see each letter starts with a
Indeed.
capital.
Yeah.
But again, not all of them. So I'm not. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on this one. It's just I don't know if it's my personal preference or if it's it's just I guess like everybody does. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's something just from the top of my mind that it maybe what it may for me it may look a bit weird that some titles are like this,
Yeah.
sometimes are like that, but just something to consider. So your main watch video doesn't have capital letters on each first name, so whatever. Who
Yeah, no,
cares?
I'll
I was
check
just
it out.
curious.
It looks better if
Yeah,
you do one capital letter in each word. It's nice.
it could. I think it's just me. Yeah, yeah. Probably I shouldn't have even brought this up. I don't think it's
Oh,
so
I don't
important.
know. Whatever.
But it was interesting for me to ask you about that.
We can check it
Anyway,
out.
so I'm about to dive deeper into some other subjects. Is there anything you wanted to chip in or ask before we head on?
No, I think it's pretty clear.
Okay.
What you're telling me now is yeah. I think
Right.
I know it a bit, but I'm still it's
Right.
to know it
Yeah.
and to do it. It's a different thing.
Right. There's always these small bits where usually like the knowledge we need is the knowledge we have a sense of.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, I kind of knew that, but there's some twist you get which can make all the difference sometimes. So
Exactly.
so it's a good direction. Where was I? So of course I could go on forever. There's endless of things to say, but for this time I'll just make sure to say the most important ones. And one of the things which I don't know if you know, I'm surprised how many people don't know who try to create content on YouTube, which is like a crucial piece of information.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that the main currency on YouTube is watch time. I don't know if you knew. Okay, you know that. Okay, good. A lot of people don't, and for those who don't know, I'll just give a word about that. Some people are confused and they think that the number of views influences how much the video is recommended. Truth is, it's all about watch time. That's the reason why if you go to the YouTube analytics, it doesn't tell you, it doesn't worry so much about views as much as you can see it's watch time here. Views is there, but watch time is what YouTube is really about. And the longer, basically what that means is the longer your video is watched, the more it will be recommended to other people. Now, the reason I'm saying that is sometimes you can get away with videos which are super short, like I'm looking at your video which has 28 seconds. But still, you also have to recognize that your two most watched videos is 4 minutes, 29 seconds, 6 minutes. Then it's 3 minutes, 48. Eventually we get 2 minutes, 25. Again, you can get away with shorter videos. That exception works, especially in some cases. But usually, in my experience, especially with martial arts videos, it's better to have a video which is between at least 4 minutes long, between 7 to 10 minutes. It can be even longer. You don't need to shy away from long videos. Obviously, my new channel is still just starting, but I'm making videos which are 30 minutes long, but they're still getting good views because that's what people are interested to watch. The thing is, it's not how long the video is, it's how long the people will watch it. If we take martial arts journey as an example, main video is 11 minutes, 8, 8, 8, 9, 10, 9, 9, 6, 9, 7, 4 hours, 40 minutes, 6 minutes. Eventually, like the video which has less long watch time, it's not at the top. So it doesn't mean that longer videos will be better videos. That's not the rule. But still, what matters is how long people will watch your video.
Yeah.
But then if your video is super short, there's less chance that it will get enough time to be promoted elsewhere. So take it with a grain of salt, find your own style, but don't shy away from longer videos. And usually I would recommend to have a video which does last at least 4 to 7 minutes. So actually just one quick story that might, I'll stop the share for a moment so we would both see each other. One quick story to share. I'm also helping manage SDG Portland YouTube channel, which is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu based channel mainly of Matt Thornton, who we are in constant contact with. So it's been about a year that I'm helping him run that channel, and so I had a lot of chances to experiment with just pure on tutorials and so on. And that was also the rule. That was also the case. The most success usually had videos which were longer. If it's a shorter video which had a lot of success, usually it's a really good title, really good thumbnail, and that's what draws the people in. But if you want to, get ahead of the game, I would usually say, if you have things to say, don't shy out. Throw them out there. And actually, one more way to kind of pressure test this per se is if we look at the top Eskrima videos again, 5 minutes, 6. Well, this is an exception, 2 minutes, but we could go why it's an exception. Kendo versus Eskrima versus videos are popular in general. 10 years ago released, so 3 minutes, but it's 10 years ago released again. Dog Brothers, well, okay, it's 11,000, so not that much. 8 minutes, 173,000 views. So again, you do have, different videos with different times. You can always ask yourself why it made it, but more often than not, longer videos with enough watch time will do better on YouTube in my experience.
All right.
So yeah, so it's no surprise for me that your best video is 4 minutes 30 seconds.
Right.
And something I already kind of brought up to you, but I'll just dig deeper into that a little bit more. So what I would do in your case, again, I would take the main video. First of all, obviously ask yourself if that's a video you really enjoy doing yourself. If you're not going to sell yourself out by just doing videos related to that subject. But if you're passionate about that subject, passionate enough about that subject to share more about it, this is a sign that people are, discovering your channel best through this. There's no reason for you to shy away and stop producing content related to Eskrima or Dose Paris Eskrima or showing some other variations, and just, make 3, 4, 5 videos related, similar to that subject, similar length maybe, play around with the length, play around with the thumbnail, but, make some videos similar to this one and see if it's going to work. And there's a huge chance they will work. And there's a chance that that's how you will start to develop your niche. So, and you can do the same with the second most watched video, Dirty Boxing from a Distance. It's a question, again, whether you are passionate about that or not. There are certain videos on the Martial Arts Journey channel, which I made, like Truth About MMA, I'll be honest, I made it I had a why, but it was kind of like I wasn't super passionate about it back in the day. I didn't practice MMA 4 years ago at all. But I was wondering, can I make a viral video just to make a viral video? And I did it. You know, the video has 76,000 views, but I'm not passionate about that video. I wouldn't want to make more videos on the same subject. Meanwhile, most of the other videos, I wanted to make them. So you can make a viral video, popular video, without being passionate about it. But usually it's better to, you know, find something in the mix, which people are interested in, but you're also passionate about. That's usually my advice.
Yeah.
So anything you want to chip in here or comment?
No, I think I'll do what you're saying. I'll make a few videos with the same feeling, and I'll gonna divide the home page in a few subjects, and then
Yeah.
make playlists with the. If I make the 5 Eskrima movies, those pairs of Eskrima movies, I'll make it in a separate playlist.
Yeah.
And just play around with the thumbnails. I'm gonna change a lot of the descriptions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it's already like these are small things, but these are things which can make a difference. They are significant enough. In the end, it's still, you know, there's the same, content is king. In the end, it's what you deliver which is most important. But you have to also recognize if your video is the best in the world, but the title is bad, it's undiscoverable, the thumbnail, you know, one of these things can be missing. But then if you bring them all together, you know, you have a very powerful way to get a lot of viewers in. If you're missing one of the crucial parts, you can still make it. But if you're missing all of them, even if it's the best video, most likely it will never get to the audience. And again, I've been there myself where I make a video which is like, I consider it to be only mediocre, but the thumbnail is very good, title is very good, and it goes out. And obviously it's more satisfying when you produce something you love and it goes viral. But then you have to recognize, you know, I like to say YouTube is a game field. It's a game. And if you have to play by the rules, at least to a degree, if you want to win at the game. And some people are, you know, they're very, I don't think you're not that type of person, which is great. But then some people I meet, they're very principled or stubborn, I guess. And they're like, oh, I don't want to do clickbaits and I don't want to, you know, do whatever everyone else is doing. But it's like, I can respect that. But then the thing is, if you really want your videos to reach, I always try to bring it down. Like, you know, I never clickbait people just to clickbait people. I always create titles which I really believe in, but I also kind of make them clickbaity. But it's still a title which is what the video is about. And sometimes I get crap for that, but then people watch it. And if I really want my message to reach people, I have to sometimes sacrifice a bit of my kind of, you know, dignity and make a clickbaity title. But I always try to balance it out. I never go over the board. I never sell myself out in a way where I don't believe in what I do. So I think, you know, you have to mix it up. And there's one more thing I want to add here, but do you want to add something before I go?
Yeah, I think it's a bit in the same topic because when you are making a video, do you like think about a title and the thumbnail and then start shooting, or do you have like a story in your head, start shooting, and then come up with the title? Because that's what I do, and I think it should be the other way around.
I wouldn't say necessarily it should be the other way around. I've done both. It's a funny story. Almost a bit embarrassed to say this one, but you know, it's the truth. Aikido versus MMA.
Yeah.
At the day, there's actually this fun, useful thing you can do, and it's actually kind of a treasure chest when you know how it works. So I'll show it to you and everyone else who's watching this video, especially in the beginning or just when you need ideas. Let me go to YouTube. So it's a super simple trick. I think my friend who is the CEO expert taught me this one. Actually, it's even better if you go incognito, because if you don't go incognito, YouTube gives suggestions based on your search preferences, and you want to be as clean as you can. Here, you will still get biased suggestions based on where you live at, your country. but still you'll get ahead. So if I type in, okay, let's be more specific. Let's say it's Krima. Do you know what this means?
Well, what?
Oh, are you seeing my? You're not seeing my page.
No.
Fuck. Just a second. Sorry, I went on a different page. Where the heck am I? Okay, just give me a second. Sorry.
No problem.
Share screen. Incognito. Where's my incognito? There you go. Okay, we're here. Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So, let me fix that mistake. I typed in a Screama in the search.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what this is?
Yeah, that are the most searched topics.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's kind of self-evident, but first of all, already that's the first treasure chest, because you see exactly what people are most interested in related to your subject. It's a gold mine. It's like a literal gold mine that people don't, for example, think about. And sometimes you get very specific names, which are, they're actually, people are searching for one particular popular video. So for example, you can see obviously like some of the suggestions here are Lietuva, this is Lithuania, my native tongue. So they're biased. But if you go Aikido, I wonder if we're gonna get there. Look, so if Aikido lost popularity. This is literally people searching for my specific video. So you can't take that as an example of what's popular. You can still take that as an idea, but sometimes you have to be conscious about that. But still, you get Aikido versus MMA, the most searched term. So guess how I first came up with an idea to film a video about Aikido versus MMA.
Scrolling down this. Yeah.
I did this. Yeah. And then back in the day, the next one for me was Aikido Steven Seagal. That was the second one after Aikido versus MMA. My second most viral video. Now the thing is, so I did that, but the thing is, it wasn't a cheap shot, because I knew, okay, so people are interested in the subject, but my next thought was, how can I make a really, at the day also too, I felt a desire to expand my audience. I wanted the channel to be more noticed, so that my content, my value, what I provide would reach more people. So that's one way to do this, is to find what people are interested in. But the next question was, how can I really create something which I really believe in, which I'm really passionate about, and which nobody did, but people are interested in. And so Aikido versus MMA, I was frustrated, that people think that Aikido works in MMA. I just couldn't stand it. I wanted to prove it doesn't. And then I was like, oh, look, there's Aikido versus MMA video. I can make a video about that, for sure. And I knew that nobody made a video about that. Probably nobody will make it for a while, because nobody wants to be humiliated in front of the camera. But I knew I can do it. And that was a gold mine. Steven Seagal, back in the day, now if you type in Aikido Steven Seagal, Aikido Shiga, it's funny, that's my dojo. You get, where are those videos? Oh, funny enough, those videos are not really here, but there's actually a few videos where it's the truth about Steven Seagal and so on. But when I made my video about Steven Seagal, the truth about Steven Seagal, that was my second viral video. That type of video didn't exist at the day. Nobody was talking about the shit that Steven Seagal was doing. Now, I'm not saying the video is perfect now that I look back. I was maybe a bit biased, the truth about Steven Seagal. But the thing is, I was really passionate to show to people that Steven Seagal isn't such a great guy from all the stories, that every story I heard about Steven Seagal, and I met a bunch of people who had some contact with him, everybody said pretty much bad things about him, crazy stuff. And I was like, you know what? I need to make a video where I'm going to show that he's not such a great guy. Or the other one, does Steven Seagal's Aikido work? I was frustrated that people take Steven Seagal as, oh, look, this Aikido works. I'm like, I don't think so. Let's make a video about, it's going to be popular, but I really believe in this subject. So I'm sorry, I'm a bit going on a tangent here, but I think you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a nice example.
Right. So to come back to the main answer, so in a way you can do that. You can first look at what's popular. Mm-hmm. So again, look at Screama. They look at eskrima and then stick fighting, for example. So, and that's kind of what you did. You know, that's one of your most watched videos, right?
Yeah.
That direction. And you can play with that, because when you look at it, that's what I used to do. I would look at those subjects and I would ask myself, what am I capable of covering? Which subject I will deliver an interesting video with? So it's a great combination. People's interest with what you're good at. But then also the second thing is that these are the most searched ones. So that naturally means they have the most competition, right?
Yeah.
Most likely those will be covered already. And you can play this game by going on it and seeing if there's one which actually doesn't have a good video. You look at those videos and like, oh, I can make a much better video. And then you go and do it. But if it's like completely packed, you can just wait for until you will become bigger and then cover that subject. But then the next step is with the gold mine, you type in eskrima A. And then you get, I have no clue what that is, but
It's a different name for eskrima.
Okay, eskrima artist, eskrima arrow, eskrima axe, armor. But then you get all these more specific names, which are still searched a lot, but they're probably not as covered. And then you go and you use them. And then you can go, if you're crazy, and sometimes being crazy is good, you can go, okay, AB doesn't work. AC, okay, didn't work. AD, Advincula eskrima, you know. And then you go with B. And then you go with basic. Or you go, okay, let's say you decide you do eskrima basics, which sounds like a good idea to do. You go eskrima basics, and then you get even more suggestions. Eskrima stick basics, eskrima stick fighting basics, eskrima basics Deutsch.
Yeah.
People need a German version. So you can go down this rabbit hole forever, and you will never really run out of ideas. Difficulty is that it's saturated. You know, there's a chance that other people are doing that as well. Obviously, we don't need to stick with eskrima. You might as well just go with, you know, martial arts. But the wider the realm, the more competition you'll have, and the harder it will be for you to fight with it. Again, martial arts journey. I'm happy when I get that suggestion. But this is Lithuania, probably because my fellow Lithuanians are looking for me. Anyway, martial arts motivation, martial arts training, movies for beginners. You can get so many ideas. And but then the other thing is, so you asked me the question of, you know, should you think first about the title and then create a video about it? For sure, you can go that way, but you also have to make sure, in my personal book, you have to make sure to still be authentic about it, to still make sure you're not just doing it just because. So it's a mix of, but then there's another type of approach is you think of something you really, really want to talk about, and then you think what title will capture that, but also intrigue people. So one of my first, per se, viral or videos, which is catching up on my new channel, this is why yoga sucks. So first of all, I was super passionate about that. I was like, I'm so frustrated about, you know, people. I'm not saying yoga sucks, period. You know, that's not the story. But there's a lot of bad things in yoga, and I'm frustrated about it. And there's a story I can share about that, and I wanted to. And I'm like, what's the first phrase that comes to my mind when I'm like, I really passionately want to shout out loud what the video is about? It's like, yoga sucks. You know, it's like, you know, like that. There's that sucky part. But if I would be like, yoga sometimes sucks, but sometimes it's good. You know, it's like, okay, let's sacrifice a bit of that dignity and just shout out loud what I believe in as part of the picture. Also, the title was too short. So then I thought, okay, let's extend it. This is why yoga sucks, because if it's super short, it might not catch the eye. But initially it was something I really wanted to say. And there was something that I realized, okay, this is going to catch people. And, you know, will people search for yoga suck? Not likely, but will it catch people's eye, and will it really express the message I want to? Or my current video, which is going really well right now, as we're talking, spiritual teachers don't know shit. Obviously, blocked letters. Nobody was gonna search for do spiritual teachers know shit? You know?
No.
Right. But spiritual teachers is a key term as much as yoga. So I know it will reach the right people. but at the same time, it will also captivate them and get them interested. And it definitely shouts out what I want to say. When I thought about filming that video, that's the first thing. After I recorded the video, I didn't think about the title first, but after I recorded the video, that was like so present in my mind. That's like, I know this is how I want to call the video. And part of that is experience. I tried different things and I know what works and I know what will catch people. But part of it is also just, really feeling in to what's going to bring out people's curiosity. And the last thing I'll just chip in here, it's something you asked, actually, like you mentioned that it's a challenging thing how to decide how to make the title. So one part is you think about the term, the specific term that is going to reach the right people, keyword, sorry. But then the next thing is, how do you create a title which people will feel compelled to click?
Yeah, it's really
And
hard.
one side of it, it can be informational. It can be exactly what people are searching for, like basics. But let's say Eskrima basics. But you can also tune it to Eskrima basics for dummies, or Eskrima basics for people who think they never will. This is too long, and just
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying.
Right. So it's like Eskrima basics for people who think they're hopeless, or for people who are having a hard time learning. So you can really tell them that this is the video for you, or it can be something that I sometimes do, like something you're passionate about. It's like Eskrima doesn't work in the streets or whatever, But I always you can not do this as I do it, but I personally think it's important to keep the balance between clickbaiting and honestly expressing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think you're pretty thorough. I think you call it that. It's clear. I think I know. I already know what to do, but to do what I already told you, you have to just keep grinding and keep improving and keep open for feedback. And I learned a lot.
Sure. YouTube is a rabbit hole which you can go down forever, and I think you probably it's evident from our conversation. Sometimes I just have a hard time shutting out my mouth because there's so much things to say. But usually it's enough to just get a few things going on your to-do list, like find the right title, find the right length, find what you really want to deliver, find your niche. But then it's like already this can take you can work with that for months and months, exploring, trying things, and you will start to develop a taste for what works and what doesn't. And so yeah, you don't need to know everything, and new knowledge will pop up to you once in a while all the time, and new questions will pop up, and that's a different day. But just kind of as a summary, one of the most important things which I realized, especially by creating my second channel and then reflecting back on what made martial arts journey work, I'm very happy you're using the word grind. It's a lot of grinding, and that's what people don't. A lot of people, they want to get into the game without realizing that, and that's a path to failure, because they expect, I'm just gonna release this awesome video, and people are gonna love me from the get-go, and then they don't get any views, and then they lose motivation, and then they lose the game. But when you get into the game knowing, which is great that you're doing that, when you know that this is gonna take a long time, and even if you're successful and suddenly you're just by accident you just hit the spot, or in a couple of months you're able to produce a viral video, hooray. But then still probably have to work your ass off to replicate that and to really get the notion of why it worked.
Yeah.
So it's never a one-time thing. It's grinding. It's grinding. But obviously, if you're grinding in the wrong direction, it's a bad deal.
And that's why these kind of talks really help with finding direction and listening to. Of course, YouTube is full of videos with tells these kind of things, but it's really nice to do it in a live way now, because you can ask questions and it's nice.
For sure, same here. And it makes it enjoyable and also valuable on a couple levels. And one is because, first of all, we're talking specifically about martial arts on YouTube, which is again a niche. And I don't know, I'm not sure if there's a lot of footage on YouTube about decent, sometimes you get, and I get that, not to say I wasn't there, but I also get frustrated with, a channel which has 2,000 subscribers and it releases a video how to be successful on YouTube. And you're like, it's like you don't know, you still haven't went through so much. The best knowledge is the one which you grind out and you fail and lose and learn. And I feel, I feel lucky that, well, lucky, I didn't like the word lucky, but it's great that I feel happy. I appreciate that I went through the Martial Arts Journey channel, and now I can dissect it and look at it and know, so what worked, what didn't work. And so this type of knowledge is already, it's more specific. It's something that not every YouTuber will be able to say to you. Or what also helps, we're both on the same page.
Yeah.
You're pursuing a similar type of vision. Our visions are different, but also it's a similar direction. And so, that helps us resonate and really talk about the things we need to talk. And also too, I have to be honest, like I like Gary V because when I listen to him, I think he doesn't, and his philosophy is don't hold back.
Work.
Everything out. Work for sure. But also he's all about give everything out. Because there's another philosophy of, there's actually this Aikido instructor who's pretty good at the business side of things. And I like the guy, I respect him. But he says, he once told me the phrase, give out the why and what, but never the how. Meaning, this business model is you get people interested, but if they want your product, you have to go buy it somewhere else. You're never giving everything out. And that's a smart way to go. I'm not saying it's a bad way. And it's good to have a product to sell alongside your free videos. They go together. But personally, and Gary Vee speaks about that too, it's like first step is still to just let loose and just give and give and give. And then eventually people will they'll want to give you back. And they'll buy your product sometimes just to say thank you for the free stuff. So yeah, I think, but the reason I'm saying that is because I'm all about that. But aside from Gary Vee, most of the YouTube videos on, how to make it big on YouTube and so on, they have that holding back aspect sometimes because you feel like they're giving you some, the popular information that everybody more or less knows. Yeah. And you watch the videos and they're all about the same thing, but sometimes there's things which either they didn't dig into and understand, or either they're just not willing to share because it's the game changer. So, and I thought that's one of the reasons I wanted to record such a conversation. Is like, let's let this information loose. In the end, still, only people who will work hard will be able to capitalize from it. It's hard work doesn't go away. So
no, exactly. It's and that's why it's so fun, because it's fun to do, but it's hard work, but it's fun to do.
For sure. And I think that's kind of the last thing I also wanted to say in terms of summarizing everything. Again, you saying it's fun. I feel that's so important, is to balance having fun yourself with hard work. Gary Vee as well speaks about that. That's why passion is important. That's why it's important to make videos, which we spoke about, where you want to put out that video, even if nobody's going to watch it. Even if it's just one person watches it. You just want to put it out there, because without that passion, the grind will be just
too grindy.
Just grinding. It's like playing I love video games too. And it's like playing, an MMORPG where you have to kill for like 10 hours to get a level up. It's like what the fuck,
I'll go to work then.
That game is probably going to die out unless they have something else to cover that up for. You always have to balance failure and success, and the best way to do that on YouTube is to deliver content which you enjoy delivering, even if few people watch it, and to really appreciate every view, every comment, to go there and be like, oh, I love it that you're connecting, and that's, I'm enjoying having that sense of making my new channel. It's really enjoyable because I'm really passionate about that, and every comment I get, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so grateful this guy wrote. Let's talk about it, let's connect up. And instead of oh, I got only 5 comments,
Yeah, I have the same thing. I really met a few guys where I regularly just shoot out some messages to each other, and they're also working on martial arts stuff related on YouTube, and they are from Europe. So I also have a camper van, so I'm gonna drive when this whole lockdown is over. I'm gonna drive through Europe and meet them all because I wanna do that. It's fun, and I'll film it and have new content.
Well, it's great, and I'm thinking there's only last few things I forgot to say, and I'll make it brief. But I wanted to say, like, your video production is great. Sounds pretty good. The way the video is filmed, the lighting, the way you deliver it, it's very organic. So there's so many things you're doing right already. It's just, it's already, by, if you would continue to grind, I'm sure that even doing the same, you would eventually start to get traction.
Mm-hmm.
The main game changer is probably what we spoke from the get-go, is what you already kind of felt.
The why.
It's the why. It's the really, really figuring out who's your ideal viewer. And that's something I kind of used in Martial Arts Journey, but I'm especially using this on my new channel, especially when initially I struggled with getting the views, and I searched for ways to motivate myself. And one of the ways was, I imagined, okay, if I sit down another person in front of me, if I'm having a chat with just one person interested in that subject, what do I want to say to him? It's like, and I focused on that, and I also asked myself, who's that guy, or who's that person, and that's who I'm making that video for. This is kind of the Seth Godin sell the book to one person. You focus on that one person who's really gonna love what you deliver, and I guarantee there will be more who will go ahead. But when you imagine that one person, that one ideal person for your videos, then to watch your videos, then you know more or less who you're talking to, and that's what. So, yeah, I think you see what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I know exactly what you mean. But the transition from your head to video, that's the hard part. Of the hard part, it's what I'm saying, it's because it's I thought about it to do the channel in Dutch, because it's more natural, of course, because but I chose for English because you have a wider audience, I think.
Right. For sure.
And I just thought to myself, like, not only real English people will watch, there will be other people watching who aren't natively English, so I'll manage.
No, I think your English is great, and it's a funny thought maybe that comes across my mind, but that especially for Americans, even like when I lived in the States, I don't have a heavy accent at all, but actually being a European was a plus, especially for a lady. Like, they were like, oh, you're gonna have like some ladies where we would go to a party and they'd be like, oh, ladies are gonna just jump on you. I'm like, why? And they're like, partly because you're European. I'm like, really? That's like
all right.
Americans find that the accent can actually just be it can be a cool thing. It can be your superpower. It's like owning your own style, and your accent is part of you, and it's somewhat attractive. It's somewhat it's in some people may get turned off by that, but the majority will like it, because that's a unique way of you expressing yourself. So sorry, just looked at me for some reason.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Sorry, just a second. No, that's probably. Just telling her we're close to finish. And in terms of English, I think and you can just focus on your own language and so on and so forth. But at the same time, if you really want to make an impact, a wide impact, it's hard to go none other than English. And I'm sure you're passionate about reaching. You have a big enough passion to want to reach people not only in your language, and the language just limit the people you could actually inspire and help. So
exactly.
Yeah, and okay, the very, very last thing. I keep saying last thing, but just want to make sure I stress the things. As a summary, the why is the game changer, and titles will help. The research of titles will help, and so on and so forth. But when you will discover the why, that will be the game changer. And when you will become comfortable at it, it takes time.
Uh-huh.
You're already conscious of that. You just have to play around. One thing I forgot to say is one thing I do, and I think it's a good method, is you put out. It's a bit more difficult if you do only one video per week. which is actually still 1 video per week is a good formula, especially not to burn out. But then, you put out 1 video which people will really enjoy by evidence, and then you put out, let's say, you put 2 videos out which are which are based on the formula, and then you put out a third one as an experiment.
Yeah.
And then again, 2 videos proved, 1 video experiment. So, or something you're super passionate about. You think people won't watch it, but you still want to try, or you just really want to communicate. And some of those videos will pick up, and then you will discover, oh, that's another thing I can expand on. So, but it also takes time. You try, and you will learn new things, and you will see what works, what doesn't, and you will slowly feel into how you want to portray yourself. And I'm sure you're on a really good way, and think you would have made it one way or another, but with some of these tweaks, you'll be even better. So it's really
I'm gonna work on it right now. Awesome.
Great. Well, great. Any last questions before we go?
No, I think I really enjoyed. I learned a lot from this talk, and I think I have enough information in my head. Go with it.
Great. Well, you're really capable of taking in information, which is great. But part of me felt like, oh my God, I'm doing so much. But this is going to be a video. People will watch it. I keep that in mind as well. So, but if you ever have any questions, hit me up. You have my email, or that's the best way to connect with me. So awesome. Anytime. And then this video I'll release in the next couple of weeks or so. I'm sure some people will tune in, watch your channel. So you'll have a chance to. You have a couple of weeks to put some more content to
exactly.
But thank you as well for letting me record this. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you. I really appreciate it. I was really excited to hear from you, and really awesome to meet you.
Same here. It's a pleasure. I really like the way your approach, and I have a feeling we'll keep connecting up.
Would be awesome.
Continue on our journeys, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, good. So I'll finish up the conversation here. Again, last thing, if you ever feel like reaching out, anytime, it'll be a pleasure. And
awesome.
I'll also be waiting for the footage for.
Yeah, my camera's battery died like
for sure
30 minutes ago, but I'll just send whatever I have and just see what you can do with it. You have the screen recording. You got it, right?
Yeah. I'm good one way or another, but it's always good to have more footage, and also too, it's the first hour that matters. If people get hooked on the first hour, then the end they're gonna watch it anyway. So anyway, we're good. Cool.
Awesome.
Well, it's a pleasure. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Yeah, same for you.
And till next time.
Yeah, till next time.
Cool. Take care.